Yo, Wagwan, it's that guy. It's not Locks. Not Nation. At it again, doing some more dreadlock content for you guys of the internet community. Today I'm here talking about 5, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 reasons why dreadlocks rule. And of course, if you have any more suggestions, leave them in the comments below on why you feel dreadlocks rule. But today, I'm giving you my 5 reasons why I always thought dreadlocks rule. So make sure you stay tuned, stay subscribed. This is Not Nation.
Madder than, sicker than them. Madder than, sicker than them. Dreader than dread, dreader than dread. Yeah, but look at me, tell them, say, yo, say what? We rise up on a left them a ball.
And while I'm back here today, I want to say thank you to everybody who comes to this channel and likes and leaves comments and shares this content around the globe, because this is the only way that we're going to be able to achieve millions and millions of dreadheads within the nation. And of course, my sole purpose here on this planet Earth, I feel, is to unite these people in holy locktrimony. Let's say I want to get people dreaded and locked up as fast and as much as possible. This is why I'm here talking to you guys about my 5 reasons why I think dreadlocks rule. Without further ado, I'm gonna start my list, and with list starting at number 1 being uniqueness. And it's not just uniqueness, it's uniqueness in a fascinating way. Now, I find dreadlocks to be highly fascinating because they're unique. It's fascinating and unique to me because when you look at a dread deep down, it's almost unreal how hair does this naturally on its own without thinking, without any processing. Your hair just wants to clump together and lock together simply by not brushing it. And this is so fascinating to me, especially on, a subparticle level where you look at your locks really close up and you would think, wow, this is an organic and natural process that your hair wants to do this. And that's always been one of my main reasons why I love locks. There's so many hairstyles out there for people to achieve and celebrate. And obviously when you have really curly hair, you're limited on what kind of hairstyles you can go to amongst other people that can get their hair done in numerous different ways. So really dedicating yourself to growing locks is the most unique thing that you could probably do for your hair, because it's one of those hairstyles that not everybody sought after. And for that reason alone, you could very well likely be the only person in your school with dreads, depending on where you are. And I mean, that's something valuable to attain, is being able to stand out from the crowd. And dreadlocks is an easy way for you to do that, to stand out and be unique in your own skin, in your own culture, in your own life, and it's fascinating that this can happen with locks. So definitely number 1 being uniquely fascinating is my reason why dreadlocks rule. My number 2 reason for believing that dreadlocks rule is that the community that it builds, the community that you belong to when you decide to grow locks. And Michael Jackson said it best in one of his songs, saying, you gotta be part of something. You gotta be part of something. You gotta be part of something. And it's true. You need to be a part of a community, whether it's dreads or whether it's another hobby that you specify in or you're passionate for. It's always important to be involved in a community of some sort. Even in your local neighborhood community, if you can get involved in helping people, because that's what community really comes down to, is helping others, being supportive of others, and having people being supportive of you as well. So it's like, if you feel like you're knocked down in the world and you got nobody helping you out, become part of a community and you'll all of a sudden find people wanting to support you, even though they don't know you, even though they don't care about your past, present, or future. It's mainly down to what is happening right now and the community that you're belonging to. And Dreads is one of those communities that I feel like is so strong and so supportive that Honestly, everybody should be a part of it. And I don't care of your skin color. I don't care of your hair type. Everybody can grow dreads. So there's no singling out anybody here in this community. And this is why I dedicate myself in this channel in building this community for the past 10 years, because I've just always been drawn to it. And I've understood the value of having a community behind you. So I decided to start building one so that other people can now have the same confidence, dreadfidence in their hair, in their own skin, and having a backup support system that will help them stay committed and truly inspired with their locks and their choice of styling their hair. So to those new people, welcome to the dreadlock community. Welcome to our culture. This is not nation, and that is reason number 2 why I feel that dreadlocks rule is the community. Moving on to number 3. The third reason why I think dreadlocks rule is because deep down it shows commitment. Commitment being a very important characteristic to have in your repertoire of personality traits, because when you're able to show, appreciate that, Jonas C. the Ruler for joining that nation, when you're able to show people that you're committed in anything in your life, it really boosts your value to people. It really shows that, this girl has integrity, they're committed. It's like seeing people that are married to each other for so long, they're committed, right? And when you see a long-lasting, committed relationship, it shows strength, it shows partnership, it shows risk and courage even, because it takes risk and courage to commit to something, even if it's one day, to a year, to a lifetime. Commitment is something that we need to practice in life. I'm not saying everybody needs to go and get married and commit themselves to a spouse, but you should commit yourself to something in life that has a positive reinforcement behind it. And I feel like locks definitely has that, because when people commit to having dreadlocks, you're really choosing, a set style for yourself. You're really choosing to show the world that, you're committed to expressing yourself fully through your hair. And you don't really care what people think, because you're committed to showing people that you are you, and there's nothing that's going to change that towards anybody. So number 3 being commitment, and having dreads shows commitment within yourself and to the world, that you are able to commit to something. And with that being said, my longest relationship in my life has been with my hair. 5 years here, 7 years on my last set. Besides that, I've committed to rollerblading probably the most, and it's funny because I've never had a longer relationship with anybody than with my hair. So I'm proud to even say that. That's part of my journey as well, right? So commitment. And moving into number 4, my 4th reason why dreadlocks rule is the character that it builds, the charisma that is built when having dreads, because you face things like adversity and stereotyping and assumptions when you carry hair like this. And facing this types of issues really builds your character up, because it makes your skin thicker. You're able to bounce off objection, you're able to bounce off ridicule off your thickened skin or your thickened locks, and you don't worry about what people really think about you, because you're doing you, and that's all that really matters. And it's like the character that it builds is ultimately yourself, and you're just boosting the strengths and your core values by having locks, by researching where locks come from, by expressing your freedom and your rights through your hair. It can actually build such charisma in people that it's farly overlooked when people decide to get locks, but they go the cheating route by adding extensions or just getting an interlock done overnight, and the next day they have a full head of long locks. Not to say that you can't build charisma and character doing it that way, but it's really coming down to the roots of dreads by allowing your hair to form naturally on their own, because that's the messier way. And when you accept the messy look, even though it's just a look, it's not really messy per se, you really strengthen your character and your core values when you're doing this. So reason number 4, definitely being the character that is building when you have your locks over the years. And it's essentially building your identity. You know, you're returning to your main identity. You're not consuming yourself to what, you know, Babylon's identity is of you. You're showing yourself truly and fully. So number 4 being character, which makes me bring to the last point, the 5th point about having dreads. Kind of the same situation, but the confidence that it builds. Now, between character and confidence, the confidence really goes a little bit deeper to show the world that, you know, you're proud of who you are in your skin. You're proud of who you are in your own hair. You accept who you are naturally and organically, and you don't have to force yourself to become a mold of some other environment. You know, you're not always a product of your environment. You're the product of who you want to be. And when people choose that they want locks, for one, it takes confidence to grow these out. So you definitely have to be confident while wearing them once you have it. And you have to be confident when people are trying to bring you down about your hair and trying to tell you things that may or not be true, may or may not be true about your locks. So I find confidence really comes into play with that. A lot of people lack confidence when growing dreads. That's why they worry about, oh, is my hair looking neat? My frizzy hairs, how do I take them in? Oh, am I growing my dreads right? And they're always touching their hair all the time, and they're worried, when actually you need to have the confidence that, you know, your hair is going to lock on its own eventually. This will eradicate the impatience that comes along with these thoughts. And essentially just remember that when you have this courage and you have this confidence, all it takes is time for your hair to lock up. And you got to be confident that that's going to happen. You have to be confident that you know, Mother Nature is going to take over your hair. You have to be confident that everything's going to turn out in its own way. And with this, you're able to be confident that your dreads will be unique as well when you really commit and show dedication to growing your locks out. And that's really what it comes down to. These are my reasons why I feel that dreadlocks rule. I'm sure there's a bunch of other reasons that you guys may have different reasons why you feel that dreads may rule in your world. And I'm always open to hearing what you guys think about this topic. So please leave a comment down below telling me why your dreads rule, or why dreads rule in general. I'll definitely be looking at the comments and reading, seeing who and what are saying. And I'm just going to keep on spreading the love through these videos and to my commitment to the community, which is you guys. And basically my commitment is to just keep on producing content that helps inspire, helps educate, helps people realize the truth about, you know, their locks and people's locks around the world, to help the community grow, you know. So share this video, leave a like, and I'll definitely be hollering at you guys in tomorrow's video. So until then, stay happy and stay natty. Peace out and one love, and I'll see you guys in the next dreadlock update. And of course, you know, kiss your mother today, or your father, or your brother, or your sister. I'll see you guys around. Peace. Yaga.
Madder than, sicker than them. Madder than, sicker than them. Dreader than dread, dreader than dread. Yeah, but look at me tell them, say, yo, say what?